Hey, good morning, everybody. I haven't been out here washing in a little while, and I've got a lot of dirty cars. So good news for you is I got to do some work here to get the cars dialed in because I got to make a bunch of videos. So today's project is to clean up the E92. It's been sitting, and before I took it over to sit at the rental garage down the street, it was all covered in pollen and dirty, not ideal. And so I'm gonna go put it back over there until the GT4 gets fixed up. I got so much going on. I gotta get the Evo ready for sale. I get the GT4 ready for PPF so I can go off to Kevin, and now I got the Model 3. So I'm living this life of chaos here in the car shuffle that I always find myself in. So anyway, we have to get some touchless ready to go. I think I'm going to use GFX, so I still have some of the Christmas stuff left over. So I got my brake buster here, ready to go. Dang, I feel like I used to. Oh, I cleaned the Bronco and the Raptor, so I rifled through a lot more brake buster than I normally would. And then I got some GFX here. We need a fluorinated. This is why when people ask about the fluorination on the bottles, see how it's seeping through? It's kind of oily. Even a simple pH neutral soap like GFX seeps through a non-fluorinated bottle. And so not every product does, but most products will. And so having these bottles, the Press-All bottles, although it's created some complications, having them fluorinated makes, I think, a big difference in its performance capability. Now, we're gonna have to fumble through the struggles of it. But I mean, you see, even brake buster, so brake buster is seeping through the bottle. Now, some of this is condensation from me opening the garage, but it's a consequence of a plastic has some pores in it. And I actually just wiped this traceless down. Touchless. The touchless bottle actually has a liner, like a special liner inside of it, I'm pretty sure. And it still sort of seeps through over time. So that's a advantage of having it fluorinated. This is not fluorinated. So I think we still have touchless in stock, which we're out of traceless, and so by the time you watch this video, traceless will be back in stock. We didn't time it exactly correctly. But I'm gonna go a little lighter than 2% because the M3 is not super dirty. So I'm gonna do about 250 milliliters, which should give me somewhere around 1.25% PIR. Not exact, but somewhere around there will be fine. So I kind of took some time off of my organization project here in the garage, but yesterday I did come out, I organized the mud room, I organized my towels and all that stuff. So I organized these drawers over here. And this week's project is going to be, we're pulling the Swiss tracks up, going to clean the floor underneath. We did all this construction in here. And so we had some serious dust and dirt, and the tiles are really nasty. And so I've actually sold them, and on my front porch I have all new tiles. So I have the fortunate ability that I can just sell it, and so I sold it at my cost, and then let somebody else clean up the tiles. The white actually held up okay. It's a little dirty. I'm sure I could clean it. We're gonna make a video showing you how to clean it. But I don't know how to clean it, so I'm gonna figure that out on camera. Probably use Surfex HD, and so I'll probably use this product here, and we'll kind of work through it. This is Surfex HD, which is their all-purpose cleaner, water-based, all-purpose degreaser. So Surfex will be here on that container as well. So we'll have that up in the store here in the next couple of days. Depending on when you're watching this video, it may already be up. So let me put this away. So as I work on the cars, getting them, put where they belong, we're gonna get them in position where they belong in the not too distant future here. But the vision I have is my GT3, GT4, and M3 will live at HQ. My Evo will get sold. The Bronco and the Model 3 will stay here. The Raptor's getting traded for a Sequoia TRD Pro. So that should be in the coming weeks. And then we're in business. Broncos, I wonder if it's the driveway or it looks like it's sitting a little crooked. It's like a little corked. But anyway, we're gonna get that all set up. All right, so I got my stuff ready to go here. Let's get our touchless ready to go. Let's get this with our water. I already filled up the rinse bucket off camera. As you can tell, I got myself frickin' sick. So I've got the aches right now. I've been training like a madman. I think I overtrained myself into sickness. So I'm kind of testing my limits here and at seeing what works best. How do I get the best results? And so this past week I did go to CrossFit 5 times, run 5 times, ruck 7 times, and doing some strength training as well with the gym outside. And woke up yesterday with a little scratchy throat, and then last night started to get the sickness aches. And so now I'm kind of achy right now. But I think a bunch of guys at OG have some sort of sickness, some sort of cold going on. So I probably caught it from one of them. So I got the audio system set up this week. I only have to do one more wiring, a little setup for the subwoofer. I need to find something to put up on the cabinet. Just all the pre-wire, all the big giant bundle of wires. I got it all tied up, but it's too thick. So I need to figure out something cool to put up on top of the cabinet up here in the top right. So up top here, I towed the speakers in a bit. And largely because they won't fit on the uppers, aren't deep enough for the speaker to fit safely. And so I kind of put them up here in the corners. And this side is fine, so I got the wiring tied up nicely. It looks clean. But I would need to get something to put across the back because there's a little bit of, you can see it from the ground here. I don't like that. So you'd have to get up high, but you can see the wiring there. I think that's okay. It's the wiring back here. See all that big jumble of wires. So if I'm down here at my vantage point, it's not the end of the world, but I want to figure something out to clean that up a bit, put something on there to fix it. You can see what happens in this super high humidity. See, my cabinets are all sweating. Now they're all powder coated, they'll be fine, but during this August month, time, I have air conditioning on. What I should do, if I know I'm going to come out here in the morning, I should turn the AC off at night, and then when I open the door, I won't get that massive temperature change. Look how awesome the garage looks, minus the sweating on the tile. And so all this is getting swapped for fresh, clean, new. Clean under the floor, and then I'll maintain it from there. I don't think anything else is changing out here. The garage is going to stay looking like it looks. Dual Krenzels here. I'm going to do dual ARs at HQ. And I think I've got everything set up. The only thing I have to do is wire up the subwoofer. And you see I got the quick jacks on the wall. If you haven't watched the quick jacks video, go check that out. Okay, here's the status of the car. It's not crazy dirty. You see the pollen spots on the hood there. The wheels and tires are a little bit dirty, but remember I have carbon ceramics on this. So proof that the car is a little dirty, not crazy. And so I don't need to do a deep cleaning here, but I do want to get the car cleaned up. I drove it in the rain the other day. So I'm going to get it cleaned up and covered and put back in the garage for now. The garage down the street. But this is my favorite car to wash of all time. Let me get it dialed. And not super dirty here, but I'm gonna do brake buster anyway. Gosh, I love these racing. So I have titanium studs and then these black titanium lugs. We've got the centering caps, right? The ones that center, but they're painted by I&D, so the black is all done. Titanium, Obsessed Garage, Bryce made these titanium valve stems, and then of course my frivolous collector purchase in my carbon ceramics. These are Michelin's. These are PS4S's, not Cup 2s. But I've got a bunch of sand and dirt here that I'd like to get cleaned up, so let's do it. I believe these wheels are, these are Deluxe Gliss, so CarPro Deluxe Gliss. I hadn't figured out the Armor's wheel coating when I did these. So because these are coated and not hyper dirty because of the carbon ceramics, I could just use GSF or just regular soap, but I find that the performance of a brake buster, it foams so well, it does great on the tires, and really doesn't degrade my coating. I've done a lot of long-term use of this, and so I just stick with it. But if you were concerned, or you had some really delicate wheels or something, and you're washing in the sun, brake buster can nuke your wheels if you wash in the sun because of its high alkalinity. But if you're doing something like trying to beat the sun in the morning or something, which I'm not going to do here today, maybe you'd want to use something pH neutral. But in our case, it's fine. Works great. I love this. This is my favorite thing to do, like half in, half out wash. It's my favorite way to set up the car in the morning to wash. Got a brand new lambskin mitt. This is the Rag Company version, so I have one of each, the Flexi pads and the Rag Company version in my bucket here as I'm kind of doing some more long-term use. So the next major project here at the house will be the laundry room. The Helen House I signed the listing agreement, so the Helen House will be listed for sale here in a couple of months. We're gonna send out an email to all the people who stayed there off market, formally announce it being for sale this week. And then I'm going to formally list the Evo for sale once I get it working. Car feels great. It's just idling funny, and there's something going on with it. I think I got a bad fuel pump. Brand new fuel pump, but I think it's bad right out of the box. Remember, this is all XPEL Ultimate, done by Ryan at Auto Paint Guard. And then it's topped with CSL Exo. I think on the Sequoia, I'm going to try the Armor Pro coating. I want something a little sturdier than CSL Exo for that car because, you know me, best laid plans are to wash it every week, but there's no way that's happening, not with all the freaking cars that I got. Nice.
Now you're going to cost me some money.
8,000 quick jacks. That's the one to get.
Well, it looks good.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Yep, see ya. Man, the water's beating great on this gliss here. Let's see. I probably could just very easily swap the, or just do a touchless wash here on this car. It's beaten up nicely. Oh man. Yeah, so the overtraining is a real, very real possibility. Maybe I just got a cold, but man, I just feel beat up. But I've been freaking killing myself. I'm finally solidly in the teens, the 2 teens. I see like 215, 216, and after workouts. So I think I don't see 220 on the scale very much now. So I was kind of plateaued and stuck at like somewhere between 222 and 220, and so now I'm solidly below it. I don't know if I can get to 200, but I'm going to try. Just with what I'm doing, I'm going to continue doing a lot of strength training. I got the Model 3, so I need to get to the gym in the mornings at 5 a.m. and then it'll be sure to get there every single day. And so that's my next phase of personal improvement, is to hoping the full self-driving. I got the car yesterday. I didn't have a great experience driving. I still had a little bit of a light panic even with the full self-driving on. So I'm gonna have to just baby step it. I was kind of hoping I could just jump in and go, but I'm gonna have to baby step it. So I'm hoping to get to the gym this week in the car by myself. So I'm gonna go to 4 a.m. Did I do the wheel wells? Yeah, I did. What do I need? Yeah, so my formula is try to get to around at least 1,000 active calories burned. I got this Aura ring, so get at least 1,000 active calories burned a day. I'm gonna turn the wrong way. And most days I'm doing 1,500 plus. And so the way that I'll make that up is throw a 40-pound pack on. I'll just throw the pack on, go walk 3 miles to get to my number. So that's one thing. Obviously eating. So eating a carnivore lifestyle, but eating carnivore with without any, no cold cuts, no sausage, no nitrates and processed crap. So I realized I was eating too much of that. I knew I was, but I hadn't actually quantified it. So quantifying it showed me, oh my gosh, dude, you're gonna need to cut this out almost completely. All right, let's do the exhaust here. Man, I feel achy. Chris Gorberry's coming over. We're gonna work on the Evo, change out the fuel pump, make sure everything's correct. I need to take it back up to the tuner, I think, to get that dialed. Oh yeah, Dr. Beasley's metal coat, still killing it. So I'll spray the brake buster right on here as well. Heat that up. Looks pretty good. And then we'll just use the Easy Detail. Just superficially clean this up. So I put the ultimate clutch pedal on, and whatever choice I made, it's terrible. So I need to fix that. I'm gonna tear that thing apart and get it dialed. pretty nice out here in August. The key to carbon ceramics is to keep the dust out of them. So that's why a pressure washer is key. Just blowing it out with the pressurized water. So anyway, I'm gonna monkey with that ultimate clutch pedal to get it to the way I like, because right now it's terrible. Okay, this. So anyway, too much freaking sausage, too much bacon and cheese. I'm just eating like a brick of cheese while I'm making a steak. I just cut that out, and then that's when I leaped. Obviously leaped to the next level of. And so I want to really dial in this week, have a really great week. Man. Stay in ketosis. You know, I read this book, or listened to this book called Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind by Dr. Georgia Eady. And it has to do with, there's quite a bit of data, quite a bit of clinical research that's showing that if you stay in ketosis, that it can really affect your mental stability, if you will. Wait, did I forget this again? So I'm hoping, man, combination of health, wellness. I got my blood work done that I've been working toward for years, and so I'm going to do it again in about 4 weeks, about a month. After adjusting, I was going to abandon the carnivore lifestyle because my LDL and my ABOP was a little high. Everything else is pretty good, that and cortisol. So I ordered some ashwagandha, which was one of the recommendations of a potential supplement for cortisol levels. But I bet you that, and I was gonna, add in fruit and fiber, thinking, man, I've got to change, I've got to abandon carnivore. And so instead of doing the extreme and abandoning, I said, well, I wrote down for 2 days, what am I eating? And so sure enough, 50% of my calorie intake was cheese, cold cuts, meat sticks, sausage, a bunch of not such great stuff. Now, always high quality sausage and stuff, but even then, they say that it's nitrate free, but then they put celery powder, and celery powder has more nitrates than direct nitrates have. So there's little tricks that they use to trick you into thinking you're eating something of substance. And I totally understand all you moderation guys are just freaking eat a balanced diet. I get that. I understand that. That's what I should do. Man, this works best for me, and then I don't have to think about it. I don't have to count calories. I don't have to do any sort of macronutrition, calculations. Because if I don't, I just, not to say that I can't, but I don't moderate, and I just eat. Like if I'm eating cantaloupe, I'm gonna eat the whole frickin' cantaloupe, and so that becomes problematic. And just simple calorie intake, intake burn. How much can I burn? Because I'm 45 years old, heading toward 46, I can only train so hard for so long, so many days, so much time. So I can't outwork my eating generally. And so what I'm attempting to do is outwit that gene. And what works really well for me is this, meat-based platform, because I won't overeat. And it agrees with me digestively. My stomach, just, not that I really had stomach problems, but my skin, my stomach, as you can tell also, I've been getting a lot more sun, so I've been spending more time. I'm not using sunscreen, I'm just not going out in the sun for hours at a time. So my vitamin D levels look great. My testosterone levels look great. My mineral levels look great. Magnesium, all that kind of stuff. So like the one category is LDL. HDL is good. ABOP, and which is I think the size measures the size of the particle, the LDL particles. And I'm telling you, once I cut the dairy, the cheese, and I cut the nitrate stuff out, cut the sausage and stuff, I got like an extra. This may just be time under tension, the amount of time I've been spending working, and it may be a placebo, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with the diet. I felt like I got another gear in running and working out, a gear that I've been missing. That I would have that gear if I added in fruit, which I want to try to avoid for a little while until I get to my goal, 200. So I want to stay in ketosis, and then the trick will be, then it'll become more complicated to add in fruit, and then some vegetables or some carbohydrates like sweet potatoes and stuff like that. It'll become difficult because I'll have to actually, to stay in ketosis, I'll have to manage that and measure that and keep that to a minimum if I want to stay in ketosis, if this works. Because what I haven't done is a long-term personal study to find out what if I stayed in ketosis for a year. Does it take time to kind of wean your body and to get your brain kind of rewired, if you will, rebuilt on quality rather than a bunch of junk. So once I made that switch, my mile times, my 5K times. So what I'm doing from a running perspective, there's a loop around the lake here. It's either 2.45 miles if I go one way, and if I go the other way, it's 2.15 or something like that. So if I do that, the goal would be to do that 2 or 3 times a week. And then on Saturdays, I've been running a 5K with the Middleton group. And when I first did it, and what I've been attempting to do is just run. Don't search times, don't push, just cruise. Just run whatever feels right. Stay in, zone 3, low zone 4 heart rate. So I started this, 3 months ago. And so 3 months ago, I was running. And so 3 months ago, I was running because the first 5K was like 29 minutes or 28 minutes. Just, again, I'm sure I could have run faster had I sold my soul, but just doing what I can do. I ran a 29, and then the next week I ran like a 20. I was basically shaving 30 seconds off each week. And so now this Saturday, so last Saturday I ran a 24:05, and then yesterday I ran a 24:14 and yesterday's run was far superior because I'd done tons of CrossFit this week, tons of lunges and squats. So I had 0 legs, so it was just all cardio, and so I had no kick at all. And so had I not been so sore, I probably would have run a mid-23s. I think my goal, and I'm running in 90 degrees. It's really hot, really sunny, really humid. So I think that I'll be able to run. So anyway, my mile times, like if I'm running the 2.5 or the 2.15, if I'm running that, my mile times were pretty solidly kind of coming down 10 or 15 seconds over the course of the last 2 or 3 months. And so now I'm 218, let's say right now. I'm 218 and I'm running, somewhere around 750 to 735 to 750 miles, something like that. So I think I could probably run under 7 again if I ran just a mile. I think I could get in the high 6s. And then I think as I approach 200, I think I can get to that goal of like 20-minute 5K. Let's see, what's a 20-minute 5K? That's a 610 mile or something like that. So I think I could get there if I train for it and just continue to work at it. What I'm going to continue to do is just, again, focus on the weight, focus on strength training, CrossFit, running, rucking. So those 4 things. So I'm doing back and bis, chest and tris. I would like to do some squats, deadlifts. These are supplemental whenever I feel it, out there with Ryan outside, shoulders. And so I'm kind of just doing the old school, lifting stuff outside, doing 10 to 15 reps on most things. A lot of cable stuff, just simpler stuff. But bench press, incline bench press, bicep curls, stuff that I haven't done in a decade or longer than a decade. So I do that. I'll ruck, 2.5 to 5 miles, just, walking at a fast walk pace with 35 to 55 pounds on my back. If I'm doing the running, which I just explained, and then I do CrossFit, say 3 to 5 days a week, combined with a deficit in eating, staying in ketosis, I'm gonna get there, no question. So I'm pretty excited about it. I feel really good. Well, except for today, I feel sick, but I feel really good, feel really energized. And so the next step will be to, after I get to that 200, to then start to work on the actual performance. That's how I'll get to, say, a sub 25K, is if I'm actually eating carbohydrates and I'm eating a macro-based, diet, and getting off of the exclusionary type platform. So like carnivore. So I get it. I'm being methodical about this. I'm trying things out. I'm testing things. I'm now able to measure with the Cyflux Health thing. I can push the button and it gives me does the blood draw without me panicking. The Tesla, I'm going to baby step that and hopefully be able to go drive my cars around here over the course of the next several months. All right, so let's stop yapping at you and let's get this thing washed. So check this out. I've got my super magnetic plate holder from Carbonex. So it's this carbon fiber piece with some super magnets. And so I can take my plate off after every wash, which I love this idea. Not for the video, but just so that I can keep that clean behind there forever. I think that's freaking sweet. There's a better look at the wheels, looking dialed. Tires look good. We'll dress them. But everything looks dialed. Look at the water beating there. It looks awesome. All right, so let's put the wheel bucket away since we're done with that. The brake buster away. Wheel cleaner back on the shelf. Oh, you BMW bros. What do I need to do? The driver's window, you know how the window goes like down a little bit when you open it, and then after you close it, it kind of goes and closes the last 1/4 of an inch. There's a little sensor there that manages that. Well, my window it's not doing that, and so if the window is too far up and you try to close it, then it will break. So right now I have it kind of cracked a little bit here. I need to fix that. What sensor is that and how do I fix that? This is what I'm talking about here. See the little crack? It's supposed to go up when you close the door, but it's not. The sensor's not working, so I need to put that window up a little higher. Otherwise, we're going to end up with water in the car. Here's your built hammer doing its work. Doing what it does, cleaning the car. Getting the car prepped prior to actually touching it. This car is dialed though, man. I'll tell you what. Shoot, I should almost just call it a day. And I do have to drive it down the street. What do you think? Should I just blow it off? Tires don't need addressing. It's gonna get a little bit dirty driving down there. I do want to cover it though. Nah, let's not be lazy here. Let's finish the job. So now I got some GFX still left over. I think we might still have some of this. This stuff is awesome. Well, the metering isn't working very well here with this. You got the pre-trip in here. I don't like runny soap like that. Well.
How are you?
Feel terrible.
Why?
Sick as crap.
Sick? Do you take medicine?
God dang. No. Yeah.
You'll feel a lot better. Can we bring you some?
No.
It's in the cabinet under sick and cold and flu.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
They're working out today. Not ideal foam there. Go back to dilution. I thought I had gotten that dialed in, but when you're doing the metering, you don't have adjustment. You just have, can't adjust the dilution like you could if you changed your, how much water and soap you're using. I don't love this angle here, but let's get my soap bucket set up. All right, let's get our soap dialed here. And I don't think I have any GFX in a bottle. Let me see. We're gonna go full GFX. Let's go full GFX in our bucket as well. I put too much soap in. Typical Matty fashion. Fill her up. Check out how nice the hardware is from these guys. Looks awesome. Bucket's ready to go. Nice bucket. Wash bucket. This is not DI water, but we're good. I can do this hot cold. See how awesome this thing is. So I can do hot over here. It's a mixing valve, and right now I'm running cold because it's so hot outside. And then that's my T316 stainless flexible hose. All right, let's get this puppy washed. Man, I'm moving slow. Shoot. It's really hitting me now. I wanted to mess with that ultimate clutch pedal, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the gas to do that. Oof, slick. Love it. So my garage at HQ, so we have the entryway. We'll call that the showroom area. We're putting in our closet system. One, so we can showcase it, and two, so we can show all of our apparel in one spot, which I've never been able to do. So we're gonna do that. Then my office will be to showcase BDI, and for me to have an office to go to. A BDI desk audio setup. Then we're gonna start the garage in the back. The garage is gonna be 48 feet wide by 28 feet deep. And then I'm doing an outdoor wash bay. So I'm gonna get this like aluminum or, you know, like metal building, kind of RV type covered. It's gonna be 24 by 30, so 24 feet wide, 30 feet deep, and it'll be butted right up against the garage door. The concrete is not sloped, you know, because it's not technically a garage, and so the water would just sit. So I won't be washing inside, it'll be an outdoor wash bay, covered. And I'm gonna do 3/4 coverage down the left and right walls, and we'll do the one entrance, the exit will be up against the garage door. The entrance to the wash bay will have like a quarter covering. So we'll be able to capture, get rid of most of the sun. So we'll have some solid shade cover. But that'll be dual ARs with my wash station, this thing. And the dual ARs will be feeding a osmotic boom pole. I'll do a hose as well, so we'll do both hose and boom pole. But I'm doing a split Sonic MSS Plus array. So we have Russo here at my house. We have MSS will be in the showroom entryway with Russo. And then we'll have MSS Plus in my, because we're gonna sell the Helen house. So MSS Plus will be in my garage there. You know, we'll call it the studio garage. This will be the home garage, the Middleton garage, and then we'll have the showroom entrance. And so we'll have all of our cabinet options displayed so people can come and see it, plus, you know, it'll be in videos and stuff like that. I'm gonna have the ultimate audio system, or what we call the obsessed audio system here. We've narrowed down the audio systems to make it simpler for you. The basic system will be on the MSS array out front. The advanced option will be on the Rousseau array in the showroom there. And then I need the stool. I'm already bending over. Ah, you suck. And then the ultimate system, which will be LED 48s, will be in the garage there. You know, the studio garage. So we're gonna have a Compact X air compressor. I'm getting a Nussbaum 2-post. They have a really awesome screw type 2-post that we need to be offering to people. Here I'll keep the quick jacks. I find it so funny. I see some comments. Yeah, he likes quick jacks now because he's selling them. Like, people are so dumb. Like, I've made this as clear as day. I sell things as a result. The result is I like it, so I sell it. I didn't like it, so I didn't sell it. And those that don't believe that have a terrible character barometer. So, I don't know what to tell you other than you're stupid. Don't be stupid. Being stupid is not a good trait to have. So that new spawn 2-post is going to be sick. And I'm going to have a Jumbo 9000, the scissor lift. So the scissor lift will be in ground. The 2-post will be off to the side. It's going to be sick. I talk about it and show you some photos of it on Inside the Hex. I think, pretty sure Cree linear lights are toast. They've gave us some guidance that they're not making them anymore. So I'm looking, I now know that linear fixture is what I want. And so now they're forcing my hand to go find it, something like it. But if we're gonna do that, we might as well work with companies to make it better. Improve the lumen per watt output. So that would be efficiency and output. Chase, color accuracy, make it even more color accurate. So there's a real opportunity here to chase that down, but we're gonna put, unless I find something between now and then, we're putting I have a bunch of Cree lights left over that I'm gonna put in there, and then we'll swap them when we figure out what's what later on. Man, the interior of this car is dialed. So that garage, man, it's gonna be sick. So this car will stay there. The GT4 will stay there. And the GT3 will stay there, and hopefully, if I can actually drive again, but I could bring a car here and just keep a car here, but I'll bring it here and swap out, so I would leave, say I took the Model 3 there, left it there, and grabbed this. And so 3 cars there, 3 cars here. And I still have the rental garage down the street. So I have storage for a couple of cars there. So we got the room. So the Evo, I think I'm gonna sell it, but maybe I won't, I don't know. We're gonna have to have room for Ryan's car here in a year or so. And they keep saying they want a golf cart, but maybe we'll get a golf cart. I just don't see the point. These dorks, where are you going in a golf cart? Just drive your car. I don't know. I don't know that I care about that. I know I don't care about that. It's having a golf cart business. That's what Michelle tells me. You're no fun. I said, yeah, I know. I'm too practical. Ash. Is that the rear area here? On the stool like a fatso. Oh shoot, I didn't do this yet. Figures I get fitter, and now I'm sitting on a stool because I'm too banged up to do anything about it. Too banged up to get up and do the work. I'm stretching this pad a little too long here, but let's just get to it. It'll be fine. Okay, let's rinse her off. Rinse it, blow dry it, Go lay on the couch and feel sorry for myself. That's what guys do when they get sick, right? I feel like every summer I get a frickin' cold. All right, stand up, fatso. You're getting your feet all wet. Oh, buddy. Banged up, bro. Banged up. Nice. We're dialed. Gosh, I love it when this car's clean. Do need to do a little interior vacuuming. Bang. All right, let's pull this in. It's actually not hot, so I'm gonna leave this sucker. I'm gonna leave the door open. I like it. All right, let's get this thing turned off. Boom, boom. Turn this off. Go back to non-DI. Boom. Wipe this thing off. Actually, I'll wipe it off after I do the hose. Let the water out of this. Like that. Hang it back in my wand holder. PP plug goes in, like so. Pull the hose out so that it winds up nicer. Take my towel. Let's pull some more of this out so I get rid of the slack. That. I got some overspray on this. Swipe that down. Luckily it's deionized water and pH neutral soap, so even if I did not wipe it down, it still probably wouldn't spot. We got new valves. So I'm probably a month away from looking for, don't send me an email now, but keep an eye out, beta testers. So our wash station here, we're gonna be looking for some beta testers. All right, let me pull this car up a few feet. So we have the 880s in stock. These things are awesome. The 880 is freaking incredible. One little tip though, if you have the old like 2.5 amp hour or 2 amp hour batteries, it won't go into turbo mode, so it doesn't have the full capability. So you want to keep that in mind. If you want to use the old batteries, it works, but it doesn't go turbo. All right, I gotta clean up my oversprayness here because I made a mess. Let's do that first. A little traceless. And traceless is working fine in my bottle. It's been in there for several months now. And then OG drying aid. Let's clean this door jamb here. The door jambs in this car are so clean that I can do it right now. It doesn't matter. I got a new microphone, so let's see, I'm using the DJIs now, so I wonder if I'm as breathy. Probably still am. My mouth breathing. So I'm really excited about a lot of different things, but the Middleton showroom, we had our first formal large meeting with all the powers to be, attorney, COO, CFO, and partner in it. And so the process is beginning, so I'm going to work on that a bunch this week. Our expectation is that we'll be open in soft open October of next year. That's the current estimate, depending on how the lease goes. On how much time we have. And then I was thinking, something shifted in my thought process here. I was thinking, man, I've got to have this huge splash and like just have tons and tons of business coming in. Instead, why don't I slow open it? That way I don't end up crashing the thing and having too many customers and not enough insulation. So we're thinking by April of next year, we're going to start talking about it. So then we'll start booking installations with our first installations around June of next year. And we'll do that out of the showroom at OGHQ to start. And so that way, by the time we soft open, so we'll be in the middle of construction of the building, but when we soft open, we'll have installation teams trained and ready. And we may even start with a limited product offering. It just goes against my style. I'm an all or nothing. Let's like go all in. Let's do it right now. It's my tendency. But there is a risk to screwing this up, and I don't want to screw it up. You know, if we start to get bad press in town here, that could sink the whole idea. My backup plan, if it doesn't work, is that I'll just have a really expensive national showroom where we won't install, or we'll do limited installs for boutique niche grouping of people, but we'll use that showroom for people to come from all over the country. There's gonna be a hotel right next to it. You know, my house is here, so we can create an experience. So I'll come up with a creative plan, backup plan, and it may morph. I mean, we may become just that niche provider. I don't know. My gut is telling me we're going to be a volume provider and be able to do flooring, lighting, basic cabinets to lots and lots and lots of people. But if that doesn't pan out like I think there's plenty of paths to take. There's plenty of options available to me. Man, this car looks good, good, good. I gotta fix that clutch pedal. I gotta reset the service light. And I've gotta figure out the window part that I need. So I don't need a ton of drying aid, just an appropriate amount, just a little spritz. Let's see how much I'm putting on. I got all my Ubiquity cameras set up here. It's pretty sweet. I bought the AI Pros, and then now I've got to work on dialing in my notifications because I'm getting 1,000 a day. It's going to become Boy Who Cried Wolf, in that I'll never actually look at it if there's so many indications. So I've got to dial in what it's sending me to, what it's sending me and when. So I'm going to work on that here. And I've got to program all my lighting in the house. I had big plans for this weekend, but I ran out of gas yesterday. I ran the 5K. I know something didn't feel right the night before, and then I did some cleanup out here. It's just some basic organization to get ready, because on Tuesday we're doing the Swiss track swap. I'm not going to cut the edges, but I'm going to clean the edges, and we're going to swap it. Yeah, I'm glad I finished the job here. Whenever I do a waterless or I do a touchless rinse, rinse off wash, I never feel like I did the job. Doing this, going through all the door jambs and all the different subsections of the car, it's obsessed. It's the obsessed way to do it, not the halfway way to do it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just took some Dayquil, so I should, the aches will go away at least temporarily, I think, shortly. Boom. Clean, clean, clean. So my next goal over the course of the next several months is to no longer deal with email. So my new leadership team will have to work on whatever it is, whatever that email is, dealing with it. And then our 24-month goal is to get to East Coast, West Coast distribution and free shipping on most things, which is going to be a big undertaking. So we've got a lot of things to do on the operational efficiency, effectiveness side of OG over the course of the next 6 months or so to get OG really firing. Inventory, product mix, you know, the amount, having the product mix available at all times. So that's one of my goals. But I've got some real inefficiencies that we've got to solve here. Uh-oh. No. I thought that was a scratch. It must have been some sort of bug or something. I think if we can unlock the time it takes to get products to you, I think that if I can really nail down the US, then I can start tackling other countries. Because right now, can't even deliver on the darn US promise, so, and Canada promise. So I've kind of slowed that roll a little bit, so that way we can focus in on excellence. Oh, having that plate off is awesome. I love to keep all this stuff super clean. All the jams and cracks and crevices. Dude, I think I'm getting worse. I'm feeling wobbly, really wobbly. Just gotta power through. Set up. All I gotta do now is the wheels. Let me just put the plate back on here. My grass is coming around, doing the yard mastery program. Hit this with some drying aid. That's so cool. And then that goes back in place, and that magnet is super stout. It's awesome. All right, let's do the wheels and tires. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to do the engine bay as well. All right, it's now starting to get hot. Just now. These wheels are a bit of a pain to deal with, but I like them a lot. I've tried all kinds of different aftermarket options on this car. BBS's, TE37s, and I always come back to these. Always. But I like to do this little drying aid wipe down because inevitably always, I feel like on wheels, using a brush, I always miss a spot, but these, with the carbon ceramics and the amount of dust and dirt, I don't miss much, but it's always a good practice, I think, to hit it again with something to get it nice and clean. And the tire dressing. Just make sure you're spraying your tire dressing away from the wheel, unlike what I just did there. Got it on there. A little extra on there, and after I'm fully done with like doing the clutch and all that, or the clutch pedal and interior and stuff, then I'll come back and I'll wipe the dressing flat. Oh, shoot. All right, everybody, that's a wrap on today's wash and talk. Obviously, get yourself some touchless. Get yourself an Ego 880 from obsessgarage.com. Get the drying aid. These 12x12 wheel tiles are awesome. Appreciate all your support. I'm going to be starting this week the Matt Mormon YouTube channel. So make sure that you're keeping an eye out for that. We'll send out an email to you to get subscribed to that channel, because that's where we're going to do the catch-all stuff. Continue my style of long format. It'll probably be heavier vlog style. The Obsessed Garage channel is going to stay more garage focused, and so when I'm doing a video on my Wolf grill, it doesn't mess up the algorithm. You know, the YouTube's changed how the algorithm works, and the way that I do things isn't going to work in the future. So all I'm going to finish on this car is vacuum the carpets, and then I'm going to mess with that clutch pedal and take this puppy over down the street to my rental garage. The only problem is I'm so banged up. I feel so terrible that I don't know if I want to ruck back. I can always have Michelle come and get me. It's always a pleasure to hang with you on a Sunday. I skipped church. Got the stink eye from Michelle. I told her I don't want to get anybody sick, so that's how I got out of it. She was down with that. Said, well, you're clearly not that sick because you're out here in the heat working on your car. I said, yeah, well, he got me there. So anyway, thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. Lots of cool videos coming. See you soon.